Hirashe, Ta Ur Sha Cristole, Esta, Unse, ManU Eire Sha. This one will probably go up before the one I just did, which was like 20 some odd minutes, sharing with you what happened yesterday, what I experienced. And when I realized by around, I think it was 2 in the afternoon here on Hawaii, Big Island time, it said no service. So I thought, okay, that's fine. So I was compelled to just shut the phone off, and I left it off until this morning, the next day. What is it? Thursday today, I guess? Yeah. I don't keep track of time. I let the universe do that. The universal time matrix naturally does that, right? The law of least effort. Experience being one, I'm honored. And so, after I went through a lot of that electrical processing, and how much electrical time and energy I'm going to use to deal with a thief, an electrical thief, right? I decided just be still, just be calm. As I've mentioned in many of my videos, I've been doing that for a number of years now. It's practicing as a spiritual practice to experience the still point, the true still point of a true vacuum, because I hear the echo, right? That's restoring honor, which is restoring integrity, which is integration, which is a circle of fire that's on fire, which is cosmic fire, which is cosmic love. And so that's natural phasing speed, or 2 becomes 1, 1 becomes all. The eternal waveform, the crystal wave, the crystal pink wave. So I see the crystal pink wave in the sky expanding out. Wow. Thank you. Welcome back. Welcome home. Okay? That's what it is. Welcome home. That's home base. I'm home base. I'm ManU Eire Sha, Cristale. And so, so that's what I never, ever tell anybody what to do. I'm not an order giver. Okay? I'm a server. I'm always in electrical service to all sentient life forms, wherever I happen to be. And that allows us to have full 100% sensing capacity to experience everything you experience, everything I experience. And if you're losing power, I'll know it. Just that fast. Actually, I'll know it. It takes no time at all to know that. That's knowing one from the other. That's knowing the first electron donor. That's eternal core of all creation. That's the one I serve. So I'm always at home. Right? That's the base point. That's base 12. Those codes. Right? That's a divine template. So I'm always in honor to serve the divine template. So I serve the highest divine order, which is mathematical order, which is mathematical integrity, to experience the divine. So I serve the divine, the highest order of the most powerful spirits. They're creator beings, the grand creator. I serve the grand creator forever and always on. Okay? That's all sentient life form is sacred. That's equal. That's why everything I see in my mirror is equal to me that I'm giving love to. So you could be a giraffe and know that you're being loved by me. The same as an elephant, the same as a human being, a bird, whatever it is. If it's a life form and it's present, and it's present in the presence of my motor, the 13th motor, that's the exact center point, silver and gold. Yeah, and that's restoring power, which is atmospheric stability, which are pressure-sensitive codes. The experience being one, the first code, the first code conductor, the first electron. And so I keep it simple, right? So there's your journey, my journey, and they're not the same. Okay? Because I'm always on fire writing love stories. I live in those love stories because that's what I am, a loving, living spirit. When I was a child growing up, what are you? You know what I said when I was a small kid? I'm a love energy being. You're a love energy being. That's the energy that I run. I am what love is. I am on fire. How are you today? How are you doing? Right? Hugging. I'm a tree hugger. Right? I am a big tree hugger. Right? And yeah, I love to hang. I live in the trees. Absolutely. A noble savage. And look up the word savage in French. Lives in the trees. The original tree. The eternal tree of life. And so I simply suggest, okay, and so I practice every day when I'm not doing the work with the sun at very particular time and space, like access points, the point, when I do that, and then I rest and just be calm and practicing being calm and being still and being still. And so that my nerves are relaxed. So I'm not reacting all the time and experiencing tension or any anxiety or any pressure on my nerves, putting any pressure on my nucleotides. Give your nerves a rest. They've been through a lot, okay? Because that's what the system does, is to keep putting more pressure on the central nervous system. And so you know what happens out of that. That's nerve damage. That's why the same people that were doing the nerve damage were doing the drug damage, which is the AI drugs. It's the same. It's the same stuff. It's the same cause and effect, right? Traumatize the heck out of them. Now we're going to get rich off their suffering, and that is a spiritual torture chamber, and that is a false light vacuum, because that's false light QIAL. That's abortion nature's quarantine, and the speed at which it spreads to write its codes into your cells doesn't take long at all, because all it takes is a code transfer if you're shielded down. And that is a speed function, which is a mathematical function, which is a function of metabolism. Yep. So that's why restoration, crisis intervention was required. Because the speed at which it moves, it writes what it writes as codes. Right? Because it's memory loss, false light memories, and not remembering the one, the eternal one, the core, the eternal core of all creation. So it's a matter of restoring the core codes, the core tones, the spin tones, the plasma tones, the original tones of music, what it feels like. So you know what happens when you're experiencing something in creation that doesn't have any feelings left. That means it doesn't exist without our electrical power to run those codes, which are false light codes, which is a false light vacuum. And that is a fallen system. That's why we're here. That's what an evac shield. An evac is evacuation, which is pulling a prime. Right? Prime numbers, complex number space, and knowing how to pull a true vacuum. And knowing how to pull a true vacuum to experience the still point of eternity, which is the silver and gold mated core, is restoration. To remember who we are, which is that divine cathartic grid. The divine template, the divine born template, right? Which is an honorable template, which is honorable, which is mathematical, engineering, spiritual integrity. So when a system breaks, tech support, which is the technique, which is the technical, which is the technician, which is a breathing technician, because a thermal gauge is a temperature gauge, which is a vacuum gauge, which is a PSI gauge, right? Pressure sensitive. And so that's why I'm so electrically sensitive, right? I feel everything. I feel everything. So I'm sensing at full capacity, which is 100% capacity, which is 100% restoration. That's 100% power restoration. And when you're running on 100% power, I'm experiencing the one, the first electron donor, the first electric wave, the crystal wave. And that is the one I serve. And so anyway, I'll leave you all with that for the day. But being still and being as calm and being less reactive to the chaos generators, right? And just shut it off. Just shut off I call it the Wayback Machine. Just turn the machine off. Settle down, just be peaceful. Curl up in a ball like you were in your mother's womb and just rest, right? And get your breathing tempo down. Everything's going to be just fine, right? And go out and do some exercises like what I do. Stand on your bare feet on mineral soil, the elementals. And I do circles, eggshells, like an atom shell, like butterflies, right? Sing like a butterfly. Remember? Sing like a butterfly. Yeah, the sacred butterfly, right? Move through time and space like a butterfly. How graceful it is, right? Playing music, musical plants, right? How soft and feely and touchy we are to experience being precious, a precious one, the precious one. Yeah, and because we're all precious, we're all sacred spirits that all love you because I love me. So loving you is loving me, and loving me is loving you. And that you is the universe that my mind lives in, which is creation, which is a creative mind, which is on fire to create because I'm on fire to learn. And that is cosmic fire. So it's like cranking the furnace up, the electrical speed up. Takes a spark to light a fire, right? And then you have a flash and then the ignition. We're off and running. Where's that little kid getting all that energy? That's a lot of spark. That's a lot of fire. Yeah, and that's what keeps the light on, right? They charge us. That's what the electric bill is. Congress generates electric bills and say you owe us. You put us in office to charge you because we don't have any power without your power. That's how simple that translation is. So I realized as a child, listen, I don't need you as a president, okay, to manage what it is that I am. You can manage your own affairs the way that you do. But don't try and tell me as the president of a corporation, because I'm not a corporation. I'm not part of your corporation, because a corporation is a parasite, for Christ's sake. Right? So you have Nazi corporations, if you will, or parasitic states of mind that represent formations of consciousness that are electrically connected, that are electron thieves, because that's a system that they are stuck in. That's the system that they run, which are the codes that they run. So that's the importance of re-encryption and restoring integration and restoring power. And that's what crisis intervention is to restore the law, which is the first law of the first electron donor, the first sound of light, to experience what love is, which is what the law is. So that's simple enough as a child to know that. So that's what I share with all of you. It's like saying the same thing over and over again until I'm blue in the face. And that's because the truth never changes, because the truth is always on fire, which is what love is. So I'm a poet. I love to write poems, love stories, fire letters, love letters, right? LTR, love letters, the phasing speed of L's. Eloi and Elohim join as one to experience being one. So there isn't any separation from the eternal core of the grand creator spirit. And that's the one I serve, first and foremost, forever and always on, serving the eternal core from which it all began. The one that will love me forever is the one I love forever, which is my creator, which is the grand creator. So I never lose my dial tone connection to communicate directly with the core, the grand creator spirit, how much I love the grand creator for everything the grand creator is that I am, I experience in me, I share with all of you like a conduit. That's the inflow and the return flow. So there's no delay. There's no delay in the calm. I got the calm. Just like that. Snap. Right? Static and residual flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow is let it go. I've been doing let it go, let it go, let it go since I was 4 years of age. Just let it go. That's not what I am. 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 See ya, see ya, see ya. And buzzing through like a zoomer. Yeah, so anyway, what a beautiful time. I hope you're all experiencing the higher frequencies, the higher plasma tones. 999. Yeah. We're back to nines. 4 nines, 3 nines, B9, B3. I know. It's fun, but it's not funny. But I love them all. I will always love them forever, no matter what they do. So that I never lose my mind, so I never lose my memory of what I know that I am, which is ManU Eire Sha. Ki Ra She Mu Eva Ta Ur Sha to all of you.